We are heading into a new season. As I mentioned in one of our last videos, that we are dissolving the Christian Adventure Films Corporation, so that eliminates the ability for people to give and get a tax deduction to the ministry that we do. I am totally thankful for those who did give to Christian Adventure Films while God was having us do that. That just helped out to do what He called us to do, big time. And I feel like, during that process that we accomplished and did the things that He was calling us and leading us to do. So feel good about that. But now we are coming into a season where we don't have that ability anymore to receive donations, and people have a tax write-off. So during the time we were building the Christian Adventure Films ministry, there were numerous times. I mean, we had abundance and we had really tight times during that. During the tight times, we asked God, we prayed and asked God if we were supposed to get a job. We tried a few different types of things for a business. None of those really did anything. But each time, nothing happened. With Jennifer and I both tried to get jobs before and felt like in prayer time, God was saying, that's not what I called you to do. I called you to do the ministry. It's like, okay. So we did that, and God just surprised us with miraculous ways of having funding coming in to keep us going. Just recently, after we we made the decision to dissolve Christian Adventure Films, that we thought this year we had funding through the end of the year. So we're, not too concerned about that. But a lot of the things either aren't going to come through or are going to come through late. And all of a sudden, here we were again. We were at the end again. And it's like, wow, oh man, what do we do now? So started praying about it again. All right, Lord God, do you want us to get a job now? So I started looking through different things, different jobs that were available around the area. And in the past, when I looked before, either I didn't have the qualifications for them, didn't have the schooling for them, no experience. The things that were available were like minimum wage and not really things that would be very interesting, that I found very interesting. So this time I started looking through and saw that Amazon was doing a lot of hiring for drivers, and I have a lot of experience doing that. I worked for FedEx for almost 30 years until the time that I had my injuries and had to get the surgeries in my shoulders, and I wasn't able to go back. So I got a lot of experience doing that, and it sounded good because their required weight that you need to be able to lift is a lot less than it was at FedEx. So that sounded good. So I started praying, God, if this is what you want me to do, it's something I have experience at. I've done a lot of this. Allow it to go smoothly and easily. So I applied. A couple days later, I called in to follow up on the application and kind of find out he didn't see my application in there for some reason. He said, no problem, let me talk to you now. Talk to him on the phone. He set up an interview, went in for the interview. That all went smooth and everything. Come to find out, he's a Christian as well. Cool. And then, so then they had me take a drug test and get a background check. So I knew I didn't have anything to worry about on those. So it was just a matter of getting those back. And as soon as they did, then he set me up for some training. And it's because of COVID, it's all at home on the internet, paid at home. And, I was a little nervous about that because I never liked school. And I really didn't do good on tests, probably because I didn't like school and I didn't really study much for them. That's probably the issue there. So I was a little nervous. It was an all-day training, and then at the end there was a final exam. So I get to the final exam, and it seemed like it went pretty good. And come to find out, I shocked myself. I got 100%. So passed all that stuff, got that, and then just yesterday was my first day on the job. Now, the biggest struggle for me was all the technology. I'm not used to that. Didn't do all that stuff when I was at FedEx. So trying to figure that out while I'm doing deliveries and stuff, and started to get it down. The second half of the day was a lot less stressful than the first half of the day. And the way they have it is there's like a ton of deliveries that they do. Just almost sounded impossible. He says like some of the full routes have like 200 to 300 deliveries a day. It's like, but a lot of the stuff you just leave, especially with COVID, you leave. And that's one of the things that I was concerned about is my shoulders are doing pretty good. You know, I've had about 9 years off of doing this kind of work. They feel pretty good. The thing that I'm concerned about the most is probably my lower back. So we'll see. It was a little stiff after the first day. I'm kind of sore. Haven't done this kind of stuff in a long time. Haven't even been skating because of all the fires and the poor air quality. So I'm pretty out of shape going into this. But yeah, yesterday was the first day. So it feels good. Everything went smooth like I was praying about to God. We're not going to have to be focusing on funding a ministry, a brand to do ministry. We're going to be doing the same things, but not having to concern ourselves with that or think about making money or raising money or any of that. So here we go. I'm just going to be praying about my back, and we're going to be funded now, be able to catch up on some things, move ahead on some stuff, and be self-funded to do ministry in our lives. So thanking God for that and just asking for a little bit of longevity here while I use this to supplement my pension. And there is another stage into the new season. I won't get into that now. I'll talk about that at another time, but here we go. New season.